Morning, folks. Papa Joe here. A little after 6 on a Tuesday. I text Mama, she ain't up. So I figure I'll harass y'all. Oh man, I'm tired. I just got up. I don't know how many damn times I got up last night, but it was too many. I'm at my receiver. It was a long run up here. I went 2.5 minutes over on my 14 hour. It's more of this nonsense of had an open window to pick up, and it got an 8 a.m. appointment. Supposed to pick up around 10 o'clock Monday morning, give or take, open window. We got to be up here by 8. I tell you, I hope that come December, when electronic logs come in full blast, I hope that takes care of some of this nonsense. I mean, you've got nothing but people sitting there that have never driven a truck. All they've ever done is be a broker. And you give them a computer program that figures out the hours it takes to do this to this. Oh, well, they'll need a 10-hour break and they need 10 hours driving time. So it can be there in 20 hours. Don't work that way. So, we can just wait and see. I pushed it getting up here, and I made it. Like I said, the thing that gets me is they schedule them so tight where the driver don't have time to stop and use the bathroom. You don't have time to stop and take a nap. I did take a nap yesterday. That's why I was 2 or 3 minutes late. Because it was so tight, me taking a half-hour break made me late. Really? The shit shouldn't be registered that tight. Or registered. The shit shouldn't be set up that tight. If I'd hit any kind of construction or wreck or anything, the little half-hour nap I took, that could have got ate up in a wreck quick, fast, and in a hurry. So, you know, they do this stuff on a make-believe computer world that don't really happen out here in the real world very often. So, that's my take on that. I was at the house over the weekend, needless to say. I did not make a video of the aftermath of Harvey. Maybe this coming weekend, we'll see. I was actually pretty busy mowing. It was a nice, cool weekend. And I stayed pretty steady after the mowing for me. And had the other boys doing other stuff. Saturday, they both worked back there in Michael's corner, which I'm quite pleased with how that's coming on all together. Then Sunday, Robert worked for me on some of my stuff, and Lakota stayed back there working in Michael's corner. So, I got Robert trying to salvage one of my old mowers. I had 2 of them that were decent enough mowers till I started trying to mow this 8.5 acre. That little Craftsman and Poland, they didn't hold up long. Excuse me. I know I've been trying not to do that on the video, and Still half asleep. But one of them, and I get them mixed up which is which. One of them, the rear end went out in it. And the other one, the carburetor had been acting up. So we're starting to cannibalize the one that the rear end's messed up on. And I had Robert pull the carburetor off of one and put it on the other one, hoping that would work. He got the inside yard mode, let's put it that way. Which I told him, I said, I said, this fall I'm building a fence in here with a wide gate to get this new, excuse me, this new mower in here. I said, but I'd still like to have those running where you can pull the trailers and stuff behind it. And he agreed. He agreed it's kind of a long walk back there to the back 40. But I couldn't mow all my place. Still too wet. Got the mower stuck once. And them two boys had to come running and push me out. Well, that was the end of going down that far on that part. And there was a couple well, 2 or 3 places where it was really too wet. I didn't get everything mowed, but I got a big chunk of it. Robert commented Sunday that with what all I had done that on Saturday and Sunday, that he thought it could all get done in a day, and I agreed with him. I said, as soon as I get you on here and you ain't taking as many breaks as I am, it can probably get mowed in a day. The weed eating, we are getting that around the trees and stuff where it don't take so much. However, out there around the pond banks and stuff, I just don't see the mower getting that, so that's going to be a weed eating thing several times a year. That washout, it got extremely big. Even after the last video, it got bigger when I left and it was just sprinkling. The ground was just so saturated that it washed away also. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Right now. I'm not worrying about it a whole lot. I need to get some kind of something around it to mark it off so people don't just stumble in it, because it is a hazard. So, I don't know if I told you, during the rains of Harvey, we had some pigs that came in back there on the back property. We was hoping they would go away when the river went back down, that they'd go back down to the river bottoms. But we've seen signs where they've been up there again. So, I need to find me a trap I can use. I'll trap them over the weekend. The way we catch him, me and Robert can clean him. Yes, and that does mean kill him and dress him out. No, I don't feel bad. That's just how I was raised. God put animals on this earth for us to eat most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. And those that we don't eat in America, a lot of people eat in other countries. So, it is what it is. Made someone mad at me yesterday. They honked at me. Pulling out of my place where I park at up there. You got 2 lanes going each way with a divider, big old medium in there. And we have a takeoff lane, an acceleration lane. But pulling out of this place, you do have to get in that slow lane to swing back over. And there's signs, flashing signs and everything, telling people that it's an area that you need to be cautious because of trucks coming in the road. And the traffic can get pretty dadgum heavy on it. But sometimes it requires a little work to get out of there, and patience. So I'm sitting there waiting. I'm waiting on long cars, long lines of cars. Finally, here's a pretty decent little stretch here, and there's one car in the granny lane and a slow lane, and quarter mile or so behind him is a big truck. So I started easing out, and I mean, it's plain out in the view, you can see me. So I started easing out, and yeah, I got my tractor out in that slow lane, and I swung it back around into the acceleration lane. This car go by honking like hell. I made him get out of the granny lane. Shame on me. Then yesterday evening, I was getting tired, aggravated. I had a service truck that was playing that pacing game. He wouldn't gas on it and get on up there in front of me, but he wouldn't back out of it or work with me at all, let me get around him. He wanted to stay right there. And we finally got off the turnpike and into a little town, and he's sitting there with his window open with a shit-eating grin on his face. I started washing my window. And with these Peter cars, they throw that water way over there, and I started throwing that water right into his cab. So, and no, I don't feel bad about it. He eased up a little bit. He quit playing with me after that, too. Got to this place. Been here before. I have been here 4 and 5 hours. And of course, they always have an excuse. I don't think I've ever been here less than 3 hours. They don't let you pull inside the park, although there's tons of parking back there. A little old lady playing rent-a-cop, nice lady. And I've never got here where I spent the night. I usually come in here in the wee hours of the morning, 7, 8 o'clock type deal. But she told me, yeah, they used to let y'all park back there, but they got their panties in a wad. So now you got to park out here. Okay. I just didn't want my digital log to start trying to ease over there, so that's my hopes for this morning, that I can ease over there at 5 and 6 miles an hour and make it to their place back there without setting off that log. Simply being that I don't want my 14-hour clock running and I spend 4 or 5 of it right here playing games with these people. And I'm sure what I'm planning on doing, and have done many a time, is against the law. I don't care. You know? Well, you should be on duty. Why? You know? Why? I'm sitting around in my truck making videos. You know, playing on the... Oh, and that's something else. Friday night, Facebook, I did update on my phone, I guess, or update on Facebook, whatever. So Friday night, it locks me out. I can't get back in. I don't remember passwords worth a damn. So then I tried to set up a couple different. I tried setting up a new Facebook. Let me spare y'all this time. So yeah, I attempted to start a new Facebook wall, and it puts the name down as JoJo. I have never been JoJo except to one person, and that was a sweet little aunt I got that's 6 months older than me, I think. And growing up, and to this day once in a while she calls me JoJo. But growing up, she used to call me JoJo. And she would also remind me that she was older than me. 6 months older than me. Now that we're older, I remind her that she's 6 months older than me. So, just a little thing. But, I couldn't. I tried all the nonsense. Send me a code. All this stuff, and it was not working. Robert tried over the weekend, and his wife Jess tried over the weekend. The only good thing about it was they was getting the same results I was, the same answers. You know, it would send you a code, and you'd go back to the screen that you're supposed to enter this code in, and it says, "You've tried too many times." I'm like, screw you, I ain't even tried once. What the hell are you talking about? That kind of nonsense. So yesterday, I got a son that's in Georgia. Shit, he got 2 trees down at his place, but he had called. Sunday he had offered to do it. Sunday afternoon I just wasn't up to it. I was shot out. Matter of fact, I went to bed. Got up, ate dinner, went back to bed. He offered to try to help me with it now. So he called yesterday, Monday, and he played with it on his desktop, and he got me back in it, which was a good thing. So anybody that watches my videos that got a new friends request, you can delete it, ignore it. If you accepted it, unfriend it. I'm trying to make those 2 go away. So I have my old Facebook wall back. Oh goodness. Other than that, whenever I get this kicked off, they got me a load in the yard going back down south. Down to 1 drop in Lufkin and 1 drop in Houston, evidently. We'll see how that all works out. It is what it is. Other than that, that's the world of Papa Joe. See, I live a boring life. Y'all have a blessed day now. Remember, God loves you and so do I. Be safe out there. Bye.